Kalisto. In 2020, former US champion Kalisto returned to WWE television after taking 8 months off due to a serious shoulder injury. Kalisto spent his time away from WWE rehabbing his injury as well as getting in the best shape of his life. According to Kalisto, he was in such good shape that Vince McMahon came up to him backstage and commented on his incredible body transformation. While speaking to Chris Van Vliet, Kalisto revealed, "My main focus was when I come back, all eyes are on me. Not only are they going to see my new look, they're going to see my new body." That is exactly what happened. We did a segment and I went back and they're in a meeting. I think it was Shane, Vince. I kid you not, I turned around and said, "Hey Vince, how are you doing?" He says, "God damn it pal, you're ripped." Man, that was awesome. Naturally, this led to Kalisto and Lucha House Party getting featured a lot more on television, and this was no doubt linked to Vince's admiration of Kalisto's body transformation. Number 9. Edge. When Edge returned to WWE in 2020 after 9 years away, it was clear that he was going to be pushed. However, Edge admitted that he knew he needed to get into the best shape of his life to maintain his spot on the card, as well as keep up with the younger talent. At the age of 48, Edge got into amazing shape. He had abs for the first time in his career and looked absolutely shredded. The body transformation worked, as Edge had acclaimed matches with the likes of Randy Orton, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, and Vince McMahon continues to present the Hall of Fame as one of the biggest stars in the entire company. Number 8. Goldust. Goldust entered the 2013 Royal Rumble match as a complete surprise to fans. Goldust would enter the match in the best shape of his entire life, having lost almost 60 pounds on a no-carb diet, and although Goldust was approaching 50 years old, he was better than ever inside the squared circle. Following his surprise appearance in the Rumble, WWE would decide to bring Goldust back for an extended run later in the year. This would see him team with his brother Cody in the feud with The Shield, and this saw the former Intercontinental Champion have some of the best matches of his entire career. Amazingly, Goldust managed to keep up with the younger talents, and his fitness seemed to increase as his latest WWE tenure continued. Number 7. The Miz. Sometimes it takes a WWE superstar wearing a new attire for Vince McMahon to see their true physique, and this is exactly what happened with The Miz in 2009. The Miz would be wrestling as the Calgary Kid in a match against Eugene on Raw, and to hide his identity, Miz would wear a red mask as well as traditional trunks as opposed to his usual jorts. The Miz had begun to take his fitness seriously around this time, and when The Miz wrestled in his new attire, he got the backstage area and Vince incredibly impressed by his physique. So much so that Vince insisted that Miz wear trunks moving forward. A substantial push would follow, and Miz would actually win the Money in the Bank briefcase just a few months after this memorable night on Raw. Number 6. Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio's body transformation when he signed for the WWE in 2002 was rather remarkable. Mysterio had gone from someone who had virtually no muscle on his body whatsoever to being absolutely shredded. Some fans believed at the time that Mysterio did this so that Vince McMahon would be impressed by his physique and would actually present Mysterio as a credible threat on television. Vince had high hopes for Mysterio, and he oversaw everything that he did during his debut, including insisting that Mysterio wore his iconic mask. Mysterio's body transformation clearly worked, as he would become one of the biggest, most successful stars in WWE history, having won the world title on 3 separate occasions. Number 5. Drew McIntyre. During Drew McIntyre's first run into WWE, he had a good physique, but it was nothing to write home about. When Drew returned to WWE in 2017 after a successful run on the independent scene as well as Impact Wrestling, he had completely altered his body. Drew is now sporting a grizzled, rough look which featured insane muscle definition, which made him look as tough as they come. Within a few months of appearing on the NXT brand, Vince was reportedly impressed with everything Drew was offering, including his body transformation. Drew was then called up to the main roster, and he was positioned as one of the top stars in the company. In 2020, this push culminated with Drew winning the Rumble and defeating Brock Lesnar in the main event of WrestleMania 36 to win the WWE title. Number 4. Braun Strowman. In 2016, WWE made concrete plans to make Braun Strowman a solo star. Braun had previously been a key member of the Wyatt family, but they believed that Braun had a ton of potential on his own. This solo push also aligned with Braun drastically altering his body, as he lost a ton of weight and gained muscle all over his body. As Braun's push increased, so did his focus on his body, and at one stage he was actually wrestling without a t-shirt or vest to show off his impressive abs. Number 3. The Big Show. Now, although the Big Show has never been known for having the best physique in the world, in 2017, the 7-foot giant decided to put a lot of effort into transforming his body. This transformation surfaced after John Cena made a passing comment to the former WWE champion about how laughable the idea of someone the size of the Big Show having abs was. This coincided with the fact that the Big Show wanted to be a lot healthier, and he believed that if he improved his body shape, it would help his WWE career, leading to a substantial, meaningful push. The Big Show actually lost around 70 pounds, and he actually managed to obtain abs for the first time in his career. The Big Show commented on the weight loss during an interview with WWE.com and stated, "You don't make the transformation I made without a serious commitment to changing 40 years of an improper diet and improper training. I wanted to make a change, and I was given the time and opportunity to make a change, so I took advantage of it." The Big Show without question looked amazing, and following Vince McMahon seeing the Big Show's new physique, the 7-foot giant went on a career resurgence. He would enter into a feud with Braun Strowman, and the two had some of the most well-received matches, which saw the Big Show put on some of the best performances of his entire WWE career. Number 2. Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero's return in 2002 saw Eddie go on the most successful run of his wrestling career. Eddie had returned to WWE with a new mentality and a brand new physique. Eddie's body had completely transformed, and he looked bigger than ever. This no doubt impressed Vince McMahon, as Eddie received a substantial push, and he was actually brought back to WWE to work with Stone Cold Steve Austin. As the years went on, Eddie's body got bigger and bigger, and this eventually led to him winning the WWE title in 2004. Although Eddie was getting bigger, the means he was using to achieve his body goals weren't the best thing for his well-being, and it's believed that his use of steroids among other drugs contributed to his premature death in 2005. And number 1, Jinder Mahal. There's a lot of debate as to why the WWE decided to make Jinder Mahal WWE champion in 2017. Some believe that WWE wanted to expand in the Indian market, however some believe that Vince McMahon was so impressed with Jinder's body transformation that he pushed him to the moon. Jinder's body transformation was indeed phenomenal, but to see someone go from jobber to champion seemingly overnight was kind of ridiculous. Jinder has admitted that his focus on fitness got him re-signed to WWE in 2016, and even admits that Vince was impressed by his physique and improved attitude. It's clear that Vince certainly has a preference in what his main event stars look like,